Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
Ooh. There we go. Yeah. What's going on, people? What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant. Coming to you live. The way this is gonna work. Hey, first of all, I need to know, can you hear me? Good, you hear me. Here's the deal. The way this is gonna work, I'm gonna do the show. I'm just gonna do the show first. I got a show on my mind that I needed to do. And I got tired of doing all the editing and the extra stuff. I said, you know what? I'm taking it live. I'm gonna do the show, and then we're gonna get to the comments and the back and forth. But I need my Black MAGA front and center. Where you at, Black MAGA? I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you, Black MAGA. I don't hear enough from you anymore. You used to spatter the comment section. Right? Spam the comment section. I don't hear enough from Black MAGA anymore. What's happening? Where you at, Black MAGA? You see, I thought that you told me. No, you didn't just tell me that. You told everybody. I'm gonna find, guys, this wasn't a part of it. I didn't even have this clip set up. But as I'm talking to Black MAGA, it is in my mind. I remember, let me see. Let me see if I can find the word interview with Black MAGA. I want to remember what they said to me. Oh, that was it. Van Jones. Oh, yeah, it's Van Jones. Yeah, that's Van Jones. That's the one. We're gonna watch this first. And I'm going to continue on with the show because I need to see where Black MAGA is. I'm trying to figure out why they're not spamming the comment sections like they used to. I'm trying to figure out why it is I don't see them all over the campaigns with the red hats anymore. I don't see them in the barber shop. And the only ones that I see are the ones who are still getting paid to be that way, like Byron Donalds and Tim Scott. The ones who are still just waiting and salivating for the boot as often as possible. The ones who need that firm hand of white supremacy, the strong grip of the whip to keep them in line. They need that. They crave that. But other than those people who swore that racism was gone, I don't see them anymore. And I'm trying to figure out why. I have some ideas. Today's news can maybe shed a light on that. But I'm trying to find where these guys at before I start today's news. Where are these guys? Anybody seen these guys?
Voter, you think about a white male with a red hat on, but there were millions of black voters who picked Donald Trump this time. Mm-hmm. So I came here to talk to three of them. And I was surprised by what I found. You weren't always a Republican.
No. Actually, I come from a family that was like super Democratic. My first time voting, I voted Democrat. I voted for Joe Biden.
What about Trump appealed to you?
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, part of it is he's an asshole.
Yeah, that was it. Your mother and your father are crying. You have failed your family. You have failed your lineage. Who knows how hard they fought to get what they got to give you that whack-ass haircut? Why isn't your hairline cut straight? What's wrong with you, sir? You're a failure. You're a disgrace. Your family is disappointed and embarrassed by you. You used to be a Democrat. Your family voted Democrat all this time. You don't even fucking cut your hair properly. But how did you get that button down? Your mom and dad must have done something right. And your answer is because he was an asshole. You're right. He is. You're right. We're going to find out just how much in today's show. People of YouTube, Black MAGA, I'm missing you. I'm missing you, MAGA. I'm missing you, man. Where you at?
I like authenticity.
You voted for Obama then you voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, but 2020.
Look at this triple chin bitch. I don't give a fuck. Listen, don't come at me in the comment section about me talking about looks. I don't give a. I'll take my shirt off in this bitch. Nobody cares about your looks until you start voting against your own self-interest. Now I'm gonna talk about your fucking fake cat skin handkerchief that's being covered up by the rolls in your neck, bitch. You suck.
You voted for Donald Trump. What made the change?
I began listening to someone. Her name is Candace Owens.
Oh my God. Black MAGA, I'm missing you. I used to laugh so hard at these. I can't find you no more. Look at you. Look at you. Why did you shave your eyebrows off and then draw them back on? Just leave them off then. What's wrong with you?
And I read her book, and it just opened my eyes to maybe he's not.
You read a book one time. That's why. You sound like a Trump supporter. You read one book is what you did. You have not read the rest of them. You read one book and that was it.
Not this person that I have been led to believe that he was.
Mm-hmm. So you voted against Trump in 2016.
Yes.
But then in 2020 you voted for him?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Why?
I saw how things were going.
Your hair. My wife hit me up to this. I don't know if guys know, because I didn't. I never knew anything about fake hair, real hair. None of it mattered to me. Does it look good? I liked it. But after being with my wife for so many years, you can kind of tell. You can tell when you've got a ratchet hairdo, when you had that thing on for too long. Listen, man, it don't match the scalp no more. Look at you. All of you on this panel have failed us. You have failed your parents. You failed society. You failed the entire black race. Let me hear what your answer is. Let me hear what your answer is. Woolly mammoth bitch.
During his first term, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I was pleased.
I was pleasantly surprised by the first term. I miss MAGA. I miss Black MAGA. These are the answers I used to get in the comment section, people. This is it. This is them. Where they at? Has anybody seen them? APB put them out on Black MAGA.
With what was happening. I saw the economy getting better.
She saw the economy getting better. We ended with a pandemic that destroyed the country. Joe Biden came in and had the country on a rise. Literally. I've shown the videos. It looked just like this. The economic outlook, the jobs, everything. If you say it's not perfect, fine. But I'm not going to sit here and play games with y'all. Well, how did it feel to America? We know that the stock market was rising. We know that the job rate, the unemployment rate was going down. But Americans just weren't feeling it. Nah, fuck that. That's a lie. That's a lie. Americans just weren't feeling the white power enough. Because right now, they still loving Trump. All of them who voted for him, except the Black MAGA. Because when gas is high under Trump, it's good for the country. It's something that we can do to make sure we're getting back on track. When tariffs were making the prices high at the mechanic, it's something I'm willing to give up to make sure that the country and manufacturing is back again. None of that has been back again. But they were okay and willing to see it. And when the prices were down and jobs were up, the country just didn't feel it. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. If you're watching CNN and MSNBC, you're lying to yourself when you heard them say the country just doesn't feel like the economy's doing good. No, that's not true. No one's ever really happy unless they're rich, but they weren't going to feel it until they had that like tasty power back again. That's what they were missing. It wasn't eggs. It wasn't eggs. It wasn't gas. It wasn't the price of beef. It wasn't chicken. That tasty power. I can now say the N-word. Make sure that they don't get hired. Get rid of DEI. That's what it was. That's what feeds them, including the black ones. Where you at, Black Mega? Where you at, man? I ain't seen you in a while. You thought your proximity. None of these people had the right answer. The answer they mean to say while they're talking foolishness about he was an asshole. Great one, guy. Damn, why didn't I think of that? I read a book and saw Candace Owens. Awesome. That is profound. You have convinced me. This other one, the economy was doing great. What you meant was, I feel when I vote for Republicans and the asshole, and I listen and watch Candace Owens disparage her own people, I now have a proximity to whiteness that makes me better than the rest of you knack-ups. Say that then. That's all it is. That's why your answers suck. You haven't deconstructed what it really is yet. Why you voted that way. Why your hairline looks like that, black man. Why you didn't get it cut before coming on TV. You have a white supremacist hairline. Do we need to watch the rest of this? I don't. I think I've had enough. This is what I'm talking about. I have not seen Black MAGA in a while. I haven't seen him in a while. If I'm too loud, let me know, because I turned up the mic because usually I find that it's super low. I haven't seen him in a while. But the reason why I'm looking for them, YouTube. Oh, let me get my. The reason why I'm looking for them is because of this story. And I'm not done. This is only the beginning, YouTube. This is why I didn't want to do the whole thing and the editing. And I had to do it live. This is the story. Coming to us straight from Jesse Dollemore, one of my favorite creators. I actually met him in DC at the Remove the Regime protest, one of the after parties. After I gave a speech, he was there. I was proud to meet him. I'm happy to be amongst these people who are actually doing real work. I'm glad to be one of them. But this is his reporting, and you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it.
Trump doesn't like the level of melanin in your skin. Jesse, you talk about race too much. You're obsessed with white supremacy. You're an alarmist about these matters. Smash cut to Pete Hegseth's chief of staff telling the Secretary of the Army, chastising the Secretary of the Army about promoting black women, saying,
wait a minute, you're not ready for this. You got to wait for it sometime. It's live. Get your drink ready.
President Trump would not want to stand next to a black female officer at military events. Tell
Black MAGA, where you at? I'm looking for you, Black MAGA. FBA, you're next. You know that, right? Oh, we got a whole show today. We have a whole show today. Black MAGA, where you at? Foundational Black Americans, where you at? All of you assholes who told people to vote for Trump because racism no longer exists, or because he was an asshole, like the one dude with the ridiculous white supremacy hairline said. Where you at? I know you're selfish and you don't care about other Black Americans. But if you were in any way related to the military, maybe this now affects you. Your promotion. Nah, You're not good enough to stand next to the child rapist because you're black.
Tell me more about how this is anything other than gutter racism. Disgusting, organized under the power of the United States government, white supremacy. Violating 14th Amendment rights under the Constitution of equal protection under the law by the Pentagon. This is exactly what I've been talking about for years relative to Donald Trump, but especially in this second administration. The systematic approach of erasing black contributions to this nation.
The point is this: I have not seen Black MAGA. I have not seen Black MAGA. And I'm thinking that this is the reason why. This is a 20-year engineer, 20-year one-star general engineer coming up for promotion after 20 years of serving in the war zones with multiple deployments to come back to head one of the regiments in Washington, D.C. So therefore, being in Washington, D.C. means that when the president has something to say there, she might stand with him. And the guy said straight up, the president doesn't want to see, he won't want to see a black woman next to him. I'm guessing that's because she's just not good enough. 20 years in the service, not good enough. 20 years in the war zone, in the service to multiple war zones. This is information I think people need to know. And somebody's got to say it to them. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to say that dude that was looking at Van Jones, his hairline is unacceptable, that it is indeed a white supremacist hairline. Somebody's got to say it. Huh? But there's not just Black MAGA that I can't find anymore. There is something more than a Black MAGA. These people are duped. These people need the firm hand of white supremacy to guide them because they're lost on their own with their own thoughts and ideas. These people need that so that they have a proximity to whiteness to feel like they're somebody because they have internalized racism. There is another group. They're called FBA. I have a lot of white audience. Everybody in here is, not everybody, there's a few. But I know by my analytics, there's a lot of white women and older people in general, white men and women, but a lot of white folks. So you guys may not know this term. Foundational Black Americans. These are people who think for one reason or another that they can judge who's a real, true Black American and who's not. It's xenophobic. It's ridiculous. It started by a pimp, literally. Literally, he's known for being a pimp, then a rapper. His rap career failed, and now he's some sort of intellectual, and he's FBA. But what I know him to be, because he's a pimp, the people who follow him don't know, because he seems like he's intellectual. He has the gift of gab and talking. That's probably why he became a rapper. And if you listen to him and you don't know enough, it might even sound interesting. Man, I didn't think about it like that. But 1 second after that, if you listen 1 second past that, you'll realize what's going on, Stephen Leach. If you listen 1 second past that, you'll realize he's just a grifter. He is just a grifter. They told us, and Black people, don't vote for Kamala. The number one reason is we want reparations. And these fake Democrats and all the Democrats do is the same side of the plantation. They're not going to get it for us. And no one thought to ever ask, is Trump going to give that to you? How do you have 8,000 videos with 200 million likes? And no one's ever asked you, wait a minute, if your big thing is reparations and we shouldn't vote for the black woman, are you telling me that you have knowledge that the orange guy, the billionaire, is going to give it to you? The one who wouldn't let black people stay in his apartments. They have nothing to say. All they have is xenophobia. And there's a certain amount of people, doesn't matter what color you are. What's going on, people? Think about this. Black and white, it's just human nature. That's how you use xenophobia. That's why it works. There's nothing special or demonic about white people, why they seem to get away with it so much. It just so happens to be that they were in the right place at the right time to take control using that. And have stuck with it ever since. Black folks are susceptible to it too. There's a rift in the black community many white people may not know. Africans come here, they feel like they're better than black Americans, and that sucks. There's a certain amount of them that believe that. Because they too can be just as stupid as anybody else. White people do not have a monopoly on racism, xenophobia. This is just a human thing. But FBA is being paid to do just that to the black community. To find the few Africans that come here and say that and use that against them. Look at how they talk about you. To talk about the Mexicans and the Guatemalans and say, yeah, we need to get them out of here. They're taking jobs. Really? That's what you're going to ride with? You're going to ride with the Trump? They're taking black jobs? Huh? That's what you're going to roll with. Not redlining, not school districts, not unfairly taxed, unfairly jailed. Not that. You're not going to ride with that. You're going to ride with the Mexican on your roof? That's what you're going to ride with? That's the one. The Mexican picking the cotton now. That's the one. That's the job you're looking for. That Mexican picking the cotton is the one you're talking about. Not the over policing, not the bad schools, not the poor education. Not the fact that you can do the same job as a person with a white name and get paid $1.50 less on mass, period. Not that. That's not what you're going to talk about. And that's what the FBA does. They skip over all of that. I believe they're getting paid. And the big thing is reparations. Unfortunately, here's the next news. I'm looking for you, FBA. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen you in a while, FBA. I miss you, man. I haven't seen you in a long time.
Ghanaian President John Mahama has received overwhelming support from United Nations members to recognize the past transatlantic slave trade as a crime against humanity and the need for reparations for African nations. A resolution on the matter was introduced on Wednesday at the General Assembly in New York. It received 123 votes in favor, 3 votes against. They were Argentina, Israel, and the United States, while 52 countries, mostly European, including the UK, Portugal, and Spain, all abstained. This is when the vote actually took place.
Resolution A/80/L48 entitled Declaration of the Trafficking of Enslaved Africans and Racialized Chattel Enslavement of Africans as the gravest crime against humanity.
Let's sit with that for a second. Here's what's happening. Ghana had the nerve to go to the UN and say, you know, all of those Africans you stole from us, brought to Jamaica, Cuba, brought to America, England, the Bahamas, Haiti, Do you know all those Africans you stole from us, the human assets? Not even talking about the gold and the diamonds and the rubber and the gum trees. Not even talking about that. Not even talking about the silver and the rare earth minerals that you've scooped up and taken from us forever. Every piece of wealth that you've taken from our entire continent without asking, you divvied it up between the Dutch, the American, and your other the French and Spain and everywhere else, as if we were just monkeys and animals. You know that time you did that? Hey, can we get some reparations for that? Can we get some compensation for the millions of people who were stolen and gone, that could no longer help our community invent, create, teach, build our society, the people you just absconded with? And the UN said, yeah, we can. Yes, we can. Now, here's the deal. This is a sore spot. FBA. Because if you are the type of person who can't see past your xenophobia, your hatred, your blaming, if anybody else did this, you would have stood with it. But FBA, you're the type to say, how come they get reparations and we don't? And never thought to say, why didn't we ask for it? You fucking lazy thinker. You habitual white supremacist, leaning infant. Right now, America is one of the three who voted against it, even though it passed. And the mere fact that it passed means that the UN now recognizes it as a crime against humanity, where it didn't before. So now you can actually go to them to ask for it and not your fucking white daddy anymore. Because you never wanted it. You wanted a wedge. You never would ask Trump for the reparations. You'd be a fucking idiot to do so. And you know that. Hey, Trump, I know you won't let black people stand next to you in Washington, D.C., but can we get some reparations, y'all? Let me tap dance just a little bit more for you, daddy. Yeah, man, so I got you. You raccoon, stupid idiot. Now, there's people who I love and respect who will have this response that they can't believe Ghana did this. And not ask the question, why didn't we do it first? When the most of the slaves and the ancestors of the slaves live here. And everything you've been asking for is reparations. You never thought to ask, why, what the hell? Who can we get in here to ask that question? Who would we be able to push to ask that question in the UN? Who would be easier to push? Would it be Kamala? Or would it be KKK Trump? Which one would be better to push to do something like this? But instead, we are one of the 3 countries on earth that voted against reparations for the slavery of Africans. Luckily for us, it passed. That means it's now recognized as a crime, as the gravest crime against humanity, the gravest crime against humanity, the gravest. So now we can ask, now that we've been given permission, like the fucking babies that you want to be, FBA, because I'm not finished with you. I'm not done. With you, FBA, I'm just getting started, because instead of realizing that it took someone else to ask, and you want to ask your white daddy who hates you and doesn't want you to stand next to him, you do this. You fucking piece of fucking shit. You dumbass, ridiculous, bitch-ass wannabe black people. You fake house Negroes. You freaking raccoon, bum-ass. I'm trying not to get demonetized. Guys, I'd love your support. If you'd like to give a sticker, donation of any kind, because I know they already demonetized this show once that Jesse Dollamore said what he said. And I might have with House Negro. I think that I might have just done it again. This is what they have to say, YouTube. I got to bring it to you because you would not have seen this. A lot of my viewers are white, and they would have no idea of what's happening in the background here. It's imperative that I bring this to you because this is America. This isn't Black America. This is also what's happening. This is also a dynamic of the place where we live. And it's important that we understand what's happening in each other's communities. This is happening. This is what the FBA is saying. Ghana attempts to take over FBA's reparations. You voted for Trump, FBA. You told everyone to not vote for Kamala. And now when Ghana asked for the reparations because they were one of the countries that was taken the most from, you blame Ghana for asking and not your white daddy for not asking. And not yourself for putting the person in charge that would never ask. Have you asked? Or are you just making videos? This is the bullshit that they have out there. African unions plan to cut Black Americans out of reparations. Did you ask them? Did you talk to them? The most unfortunate part, FBA, is you hate them. You call them tethers. Remember that? You call them tethers. Now you're saying they're cutting you out of reparations? You cut them off when you called them tethers. You said you're not African. Remember that? You forgot about that, FBA, and you had the fucking nerve to say they're cutting you out of reparations. You sound like a baby. You sound like a fucking baby. You sound like the type of child who has never, ever, ever had to have responsibility for themselves at all. And then when you don't get the proper BMW, or you get it, and then you crash it, you go back and you say, I deserve another one. We never even said thank you for the first one. You are a fucking parasite on this race and this country. How dare you form your words and your fucking crooked ass, stumpy ass, fucking ugly ass fingers to type something like the African unions plan to cut Black Americans out of reparations when you call them tethers and say that we have nothing to do with them when you say that you're not African. Foundational Black Americans. How stupid do you sound? And the people who I respect, who believe this, I'm ashamed of you for this thing. I understand it's easy to get bogged in. I've seen the hatred. My parents are Jamaican. If you would have seen the vitriol that they had, and it's not vitriol, but the racist mindset they had when they came here, when they thought Black Americans are somehow less. Yeah, it happens. It's really real. It's really real. You should see it. Man, why don't Black Americans do this? But only takes a little bit. No, it only takes a little bit of living in the Black American shoes to realize, oh, that's why. Oh, I see. The racism here is strong. This is the dark side nexus on this continent. For my Star Wars fans out there, this is the dark side nexus on this continent. No wonder it's so hard to pull out of it. It's a constant societal thing that's happening to them. And many, if not most, who may have had that ridiculous mindset, change it immediately. I work with people who are actually princes and princesses of entire nations that come here regularly. But FBA will tell you that they hate us until they ask for reparations, and they're still talking about their white daddy. This guy, I'm not even gonna, hopefully they don't put his name out here. None of this. None of this. The guy who got rid of DEI. Look how they're stewing. Look at how they're fuming because their white daddy didn't ask, but they will never ask why. Instead, they have the nerve to be mad at the African nation from which the people were stolen for actually asking and not even recognizing what it means for us. Because now that the UN recognizes slavery as the gravest, what was it? Human atrocity, what was it, human rights, whatever it was, as the gravest, whatever it is. Now that it's recognized as that, and reparations are to be allotted. Now we can ask. Now we can appeal to the UN. And luckily for us, some of us have. Luckily for us, the last remaining member, the last remaining living member of the original Black Panther Party also goes back and forth to Ghana, also is dealing with something here that is, I can't talk about yet, but as soon as I can, I will. That's dealing with civil rights here and was there in the UN not long ago, asking for things that we need. Yeah, that's been happening. I think that's important. Even though I can't give you details, I can buoy your spirit, white and Black people. Even in a dark side nexus, you can find Yoda on a tree stump. There's good here, but you won't find it in FBA. You won't find it in Trump. You won't find it in Black MAGA. You won't find it in I will vote for Donald Trump. You're not going to find it there. You'll find it where you always find it. In the streets where people are fighting back, in the places, in the courtrooms where people are fighting back, in the schools where people are educating themselves to bring up the next generation and fight back. You won't find it in the cushy house. I'm happy with my car and my color TV, so I'm going to pull up the ladder and no more Mexicans can come after me. You're not going to find it there. You're not going to find it there. But we're here. FBA, where you at?
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.